I'm getting vampire vibes from this kid. Like, he's been alive for hundreds of years.
Oh.
And he's a child vampire.
I mean, yeah, they're anime characters.
Right.
There's like a 75% chance that is his backstory.
Look at his dead eyes. Pokemon Colosseum. Press start from 2004. Welcome back to Watson and James Don't Play. My name is James. I'm the guy on the left, over there on the left side of the screen. That's me. I already picked him. You can't be him. I'm him.
He's the least cool looking one, so
Damn
fine.
it. Oh,
Fine.
cool.
I'm the golden ringed one with the red eyes.
You're Umbreon?
I'm Umbreon.
Umbreon.
Is his name not Vagina Face?
No, it's Umbreon, actually. The one on the right's name is Espeon. They are the cool evolutions. They're like the, I guess maybe third or fourth gen evolutions, something like that.
You know what the coolest evolution is?
What's that?
Eevee.
Eevee? Oh, just straight up Eevee?
My favorite episode of Pokemon of all time
Yeah.
is the one where Eevee stays Eevee. Do you remember that one?
I do, yeah. Let's see. Do we do a new name? Do we name ourselves Wes, Seth, or Thomas? I like that there are three names that they're like, maybe these are going to be the best for the game. But you can pick a name if you want to.
Wes Anderson, Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another Anderson to go with Seth.
Seth?
I don't have it.
Seth?
New name.
There was a guy that played drums poorly in high school. His name was Seth.
That checks out.
Yeah. Name. What is our name going to be? Quickly, pick something.
The outfit. It's going to be outfit based, right?
Yes, absolutely. Look at that pauldron. That's a nice pauldron, isn't it? Pauldron won't fit, though. She's got one pauldron.
Unfortunate.
Is that a tattoo across his face, or do you think that's like...
Meg. Name's Meg.
Okay. Yeesh.
White stripe.
Yeesh.
White stripe.
I got it.
Meg White.
Yeah, I got it. Is Meg okay? I guess.
Fucking guess.
I guess it is. It is now, anyway.
Now when our character talks too much, we can tell it to shut up.
So I played a little bit of this last night, and the only reason we're watching this is because I got a kick out of it. So
Holy shit, does this take place on Tatooine?
Look at all these bald people.
This is part of the...
We're in the middle of an alopecia support group.
This is the outskirts of a pod racing track?
There's the pauldron I was just talking about.
Tight.
There's the guy, I'll have this.
There's Meg.
Meg with his teeth.
Meg, who let you in this facility?
Umbreon's like, I guess we steal stuff from angry bald men.
He looks like a Dr. Eggman ripoff.
Oh, yeah, he stole from a cult.
Oh, sidecar. The best of all possible motorcycle situations.
That's where Umbreon and Espeon stay. They stay in his little sidecar. Isn't that precious?
Do you remember this design period where it's like all just pipes?
It's all pipes. There's one wheel.
It's very hot rod inspired, but yeah, it's all just pipe and flame based.
I guess the idea is that it's like a hovercraft. I'm so mad you took my thing.
No, it has a wheel that's like on the ground.
Yeah, but like the rest of it, how is it being held up though? Because on the left side, there's like a hover bit. See? There's a hover bit for the sidecar.
That doesn't make it a hover vehicle.
Yeah, but
it has to stay on the ground
hover.
and be connected to the ground.
Half hover bit. This is us.
Hover assisted.
Hover assisted. All right. So
Like you can compete in the Olympics, but you can't medal in the Olympics with that kind of sidecar situation.
I hate how he runs.
Sure.
Oh, he runs the wrong... Oh, Jesus. My controller all fucked up.
Apparently.
Oh, no. There we go. You got to go light, I guess.
Oh, it's real feather touch.
A light touch.
Who are these creeps?
We sure picked out, eh? I love chowing down after a job. It adds to the flavor, I swear. What?
Japanese food humor. Talk about it.
And we bagged ourselves a great big catch, too.
You know what I mean? Like, they're always very animated about the food that they're eating.
They are,
or
yeah.
They're looking at. Like, they make whole YouTube series about, like, how pretty the food is.
It is pretty.
And it is,
nice.
but I mean, I'm saying, like, what is that?
At what point do we eat it? Now, this is a hovercraft. That's just straight up off the ground, no wheels.
Judges say hovercraft. I'm getting hovercraft.
I'm getting hover.
in the earpiece. Why are there always diners? It's always a fucking diner.
Authorities have made a stunning announcement on the mysterious building that exploded in the Ecklo Canyon. It was Team Snag'em.
Get it?
Team Snagem is a gang of Pokemon abductors who have already been marked for arrest.
Say it right. It's Team Smegma.
The hideout was discovered only as a result of the explosion. By the time police arrived, the ruined building had already been abandoned. The cause of the explosion is under investigation. It should
Just
become...
skip through this. She's staring through me.
This line. It should become apparent eventually.
Everything will. That's kind of life, right?
Everything will become a...
Oh, I don't know about this. Let's see how it turns out. Yeah, that's
Wait.
pretty much life.
Am I sneaking up on this guy? I'm going to take something from him. I'm feeling steely. Why am I moving really slowly?
I don't know what's up with this. But
He already has the
I
pauldron on.
want to Colosseum some Pokemon. Let's
All right.
get through this.
We got to talk to this guy first. You're a Pokemon trainer too? No.
You can't prove that.
No. I can tell and you're good. I can see it in your eyes.
Oh, so you just don't listen when people talk. That's a great quality to have.
I bet your Pokemon are impressive too. If the opportunity ever arises, I'd like to have a battle with you.
Do we have Pokemon in our inventory currently?
Yeah, we have Umbreon and Espeon.
Stomp this fool.
All right. Let's try and leave. I gotta be nice to the controller, apparently. It'll freak out. Yo, wait up! Okay, it's this guy again.
I feel like we're screaming. Why are we screaming?
My name's Willie. After I get a good look at you, well, I got this urge to battle you. It's like I'm compelled to.
I think he wants you to go into the bathroom with him.
Oh, no, I'm not screaming. This is just how loud I am.
Okay, I just didn't know if it was me or if it was us or what. But
No.
Like, I feel like I'm screaming.
I'm a lot louder than you.
Sometimes.
just am.
Sometimes.
Sometimes? All right.
I would say the actual sound of your voice carries much more than mine. Yes. You have a deeper, fuller voice all around. So in that sense, you are very much louder than me.
Well, I project all the time, too.
You can project in ways that I kind of can't.
I make sure that everybody can fucking hear me.
But make no mistake, I'm a manic blabbermouth, and I will be loud and get hyper, and as I get faster, it gets louder.
I got you.
You've heard me spin out.
Yeah.
It happens.
Ryder Willie sent out Zigzagoon and Zigzagoon. Just both Zigzagoon.
So lazy. Lazy Pokemon design.
2 Zigzagoons.
It's a raccoon with zigzags. All right, I get it. What are we going to call it? Zigzagoon?
This is unfair. So Umbreon's going to bite, taunt, snatch.
Secret power.
Secret power, obviously. Fight, confusion. Let's do this guy. All right.
How'd that go?
Espeon's first.
Nailed it.
Espeon almost murdered Zigzagoon.
Almost an execution.
Secret power. What's that do? All right.
Fucking slays.
It didn't do as good as confusion, though.
But did you see it? It was
did.
fierce.
Why is this called Colosseum? We're not in a Colosseum. We're just somewhere.
Colosseum, more like Call of Boredom.
All right. Defense fell. Whatever the fuck that did.
It's like the equivalent of when you put up your hands to box and somebody just knocks them down real quick.
Okay.
Your defense fell.
Dummy. Put your hands back up, stupid.
See how easy that was to knock down? You're dumb.
I'm going to bite this Zigzagoon.
No.
And we're going to confuse this Zigzagoon. How many times can I say Zigzagoon?
I like that we're using powerful psychics against what are clearly just vermin.
Just random animals.
Just the equivalent of a raccoon.
I found the Zigzagoon on the way here. He was in a ditch. And this next one's about to die too.
Yeah, hard.
Bite. Hi.
I like that one. I'm glad that one's me.
Yeah.
You gotta be Meg. Shut up, Meg.
Yeah, but you're my Pokemon.
They're so dramatic.
You belong to me.
Yeah, but you're nothing without me.
It's true.
So, suck a dick, lover.
Maybe know your fucking place. All right.
It's called symbiosis. I don't know why it's got to be a fucking power struggle.
I still need seasoning. Again, food. Seasoning?
What's
like
the currency in this game?
Poke dollars?
Okay, I didn't recognize the symbol.
It's not a symbol. Why not test your skills in Phallic City?
Oof.
You'll find trainers who are way better than me there. More dick shaped too.
Yeah, a lot more phallic.
All right, I guess I'll go.
Are you sure it's more phallic? I mean, this place is called Smegma.
Do I get in my bike and leave, or do I just go to the left? He said out west. My bike is gone.
You're going out west.
Oh, we just leave. All right. There's Phallic City.
Love
Got
it. Love it. Let's take over their gym.
Back in the town. Back in the bike.
They got a gym, right? That's the deal with Pokemon. You go to a town, they have a gym, you battle them.
You show up and they go, I'm sorry, sir. Your vehicle's ridiculous. You can't come here.
Sir, you are too steeped in main character tropes for us to let you in.
These guys are just banging the sack here. What are we doing? Get a grip, man. Yeah, you say that, but it won't stop squirming. Makes it tough to hold on. Is it a person?
Is the body writhing? Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah,
here?
it's a writhing body in a sack.
It's not just them bouncing like you're bouncing.
They're not even trying to sneak in. They're just at the city gates.
So the longer this holds, the more awkward it gets for all of us, guys. Let's keep it moving.
No one has ever said drat before in normal
They
conversation.
also don't just randomly say punks to people that are the same age as them.
You said a hark earlier in normal conversation. I liked that. Hark! He's grown young.
I was quoting Keanu Reeves.
Oh, we're fighting again. A Whismer and
Come on.
another Whismer. Okay. Oh, this game sucks, doesn't it?
This is going to suck the whole time. As far as choices go for Pokemon. We got to get somewhere big.
This game sucks. I bet this game's like $190 on eBay or something
And I'm
stupid.
sure somebody's childhood was made infinitely better by it, you know?
I never played this when I was a kid.
But I didn't play this when I was a kid. I have no nostalgic attachment for this. The only reason I suggested that we play it is because that it's a GameCube game, and I like GameCube games.
I do too. That was the system. That's the system I'm most fond of growing up is
Oh, yeah?
GameCube.
Yeah.
That's the one where I was kind of like a whole person by the time I enjoyed it.
Oh, I thought you meant like as opposed to a broken person, like I am today.
Well, no, I was plenty broken. Don't worry about that.
Oh, good.
I was like a teenager. so-
Formative breaking happened in those years.
but this was a really good distraction for me.
I think that's when they really nailed it on the controller. Like that, the GameCube controller is, for my money, the most natural feeling controller.
It fits in the hand really well.
It's got a great like feel to it.
The downside to that was that any GameCube controller that wasn't Nintendo branded felt like trash.
And it was.
It was absolutely trash. You go to their house and be like, you use the Mad Catz
How's
controller.
that a downside to what Nintendo did though?
Oh, just because
Because other
the
people
third-
fuck it up. And
the third party couldn't keep up
make
with
it
their
suck.
with their good design, you know? That's all. Not a bad thing. Just kind of the way it fucking is.
It's a capitalism thing, is what it is.
I did this thing when I would play GameCube though. Really any games, typically GameCube, is that I would try to like play CDs in the background. Same thing I do with like a second screen. I'll have YouTube videos playing. When I was a kid, I'd play CDs in the background, so I
Yeah.
didn't have to deal with the fucking game I was playing.
Yeah, people used to like listen to music and read.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's a thing.
I was
Yeah.
never good at that.
People. Well, it depends on the music.
Whenever you introduced me to Arrested Development, rather,
Oh, thanks.
that's what happened.
I appreciate that.
I didn't watch it whenever it came out. I only watched it because Watson said, "Hey, this is on Netflix. You should watch it."
I think
said,
I'm the only person who likes Arrested Development. I don't think any critics or anybody else likes it. No one else has ever referenced it. It doesn't resonate with our generation at all. So I'm glad I could share that with you.
I fucking love it.
I'm kidding. Obviously, it's a great show. Lots of people love it and know how great it is, and critics loved it.
I didn't know if you were being serious or not.
I know. I just sometimes I'm
You
like,
sounded so sincere.
I know. That's the joke. You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't catch
I
on.
was trying to sell the joke. I sold it too hard.
Look at him. I'm leaving. Fuck you.
You're leaving.
I'm leaving.
Sort of. Looks like you're leaving a snail trail.
Looks like I have a slight limp.
Yeah, like if I saw you in public, like I'd
Please, we need your. No, I'm leaving. Fuck you.
yeah, keep going.
I have to go. The game won't let me leave.
Please. It's like, oh, I get it.
I bring that up because you know how George Michael had records of like a morning show or a prank show. I forget what it was.
It was the Jerky Boys,
Jerky Boys,
which was
right.
a comedy group who put out like novelty records.
I had CDs of.
They're the Jerky Boys, Dad.
There were some comedians that I had, but mainly it was prank CDs.
Prank CDs is something that I was aware of. I knew that like the tube bar calls were like an infamous set of calls where people would call this bar in New York, and like the guy behind the phone on the other end was like a real dick.
Yeah.
I remember that kind of stuff. I don't remember a ton of other like prank type stuff other than what was going on the radio. What was your prank experience at the time?
I don't remember the name of the show. It was a morning show, a local morning show
Okay.
that put out a CD, and I thought it was hilarious. So I would listen to that. I had a couple comedians that I had on like albums of comedians that I had when I was a kid. I don't remember what they were either, but I just have fond memories of listening to comedians while playing Pokemon. And I wish I remembered some of them. The only one that jumps out at me, it was John Panette. I had one of his CDs when I was a kid.
God, I love John Panette.
And it had a lot to do with my sense of humor when I was young.
Hold on, before you talk about John Panette,
Yeah.
take this opportunity to put in a quick clip of John Just so people have that in their heads so they know kind of who we're talking about when you talk about this.
I'll finish the bison and somebody will walk up to me. That was the last one!
Isn't that funny? That was funny. I like
great.
that.
I wish there was context for it, but unfortunately there's not. You just have to watch the special. I forget which special it is that had the get out of the line.
Whatever. He's got full specials for free on YouTube. Go watch them.
They're great. Every single one of them. The one that I had when I was a kid was Get Out of the Line, I think. It was one of them. I don't remember exactly which one it was.
Okay.
But he was around for a long time. He was
Just
very
really
respected in the stand-up community.
Really good at his job. Just the job of being a fucking comedian. To go into basically any room and make them laugh.
My mom liked him because he was clean to a certain extent.
Pretty clean.
He wasn't super filthy. Every now and then he'll curse or whatever. But
he had a couple of topics that he talked about a lot, but he was really good at talking about them. So it didn't really require a lot of profanity or anything like that.
Yeah, food comedy was okay. It was A-okay in our house.
Yeah, he was talking about himself mostly anyway. So yeah, it was just all about him and what he was like, what kind of guy he was. And he seemed like the funnest guy to be around.
He's definitely in my top 3.
He's in your top 3
of stand-up comedians.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I am always on board to watch his stuff, and it bums me out because he's no longer with us.
It's tragic, yeah. There's that tragic element, sort of like Mitch Hedberg.
It was one of those things where, you know, he tried to get his weight under control. He finally did get his weight under control. He lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I've seen some images of him when he was a little.
It was one of those things where the damage had been done, and he died too soon.
He died too soon. Yeah, yeah, too soon for sure. Oh, love John.
My other 2 comedians in my top 3 are still alive.
What are those?
One of them, I'm not allowed to.
Hold on, they're still alive. Both of them?
They're still alive, both of them, yeah.
Male or female? Non-binary?
They're both men. Both male.
2 men.
2 men. Are you going to try and guess? Like, what's
I'm just narrowing them down in case people are playing along.
All right, cool. It's Netflix Marin.
Dad, I have prostate cancer. And
Netflix era Marin.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's number 3, then John Panette. So John Panette, I think, is funnier than Marin.
And he's in the number 2 slot then.
He's in the number 2 slot. Number 1 slot is controversial.
Okay.
At least now he is.
All right.
And I think he's controversial if you've never dealt with addiction, if you've never experienced that, if you're not familiar with
say the name.
The process.
Just say the name.
It's John Mulaney.
Where's the money? Where's that money, you fat motherfucker?
It's John Mulaney.
He's number 1 for me. He's the funniest comedian that well, he's my favorite stand-up comedian. He just direct line to my funny bone.
I don't think anyone would argue against John Mulaney being a very, very tightly constructed, well-written, well-polished comedian.
Yeah.
He kind of brings back and has made a brand of kind of bringing back that old school show business, kind of like, we're all here to hear some jokes kind of delivery that we all just kind of fell in love with. He got a little old. He did some questionable things. He's trying to get better. It kind of seems like people like are okay with it, but I don't think he'll ever hit the height that he was at. You know what I mean?
That's probably true, and I think it's because his latest special felt like it got a little too personal. It was a little too, and I guess the reason that
inside baseball. Yeah,
it's not everyone's favorite stand-up that he's done.
Well, sure,
not everyone's favorite special.
But how much of that do you think is tinted by the fact that people kind of knew what was going on with his personal life and were already a little bit like iffy on him before they saw it?
Oh, a lot of it for sure.
If it came out of nowhere and nobody knew anything about him and the ex-wife and all that, I think people would have been like, funny.
I thought it was pretty good just because I've worked in that world before. And I know about addiction. I know what happens in rehab facilities.
Oh, you can sort of vouch for the addiction aspect of it.
Yeah, I can vouch for his experience.
Sure.
It's extremely common what he went through.
The types of things he described, sure.
Yeah, the types of things he described that he was doing in treatment, the kinds of things that he said whenever he was in the middle of an intervention that maybe some people might not think is funny.
Or they're exaggerated or whatever. He's just making this kind of stuff up for yucks.
The reason I thought it was funny was because I've been through a lot of therapy.
Sure.
And I'm well read whenever it comes to addiction and dealing with someone that is addicted to something, that is experiencing addiction.
Sure.
Because it can be difficult to remove yourself from that person who's doing the thing that maybe you don't think is the best idea.
Yeah. Before toxic was like the biggest buzzword, I think codependent there was the biggest buzzword for a while.
Yeah.
for that type of dynamic.
I have been codependent in my life. It is fucking horrible being super codependent.
Sure.
And it's difficult to break out of.
Absolutely.
I'm just trying to find someone to fight.
Nobody
know?
loves me enough to be codependent with me, so I don't know.
Whoa. What is this guy? Look at him. It's the devil.
It's
straight up Lucifer.
it does look like
I have a feeling I may see you again somewhere.
at Fire Island. Jesus,
Is he laughing?
is he fucking me with his eyes? All of it.
I didn't care.
He's doing all of it.
That guy was just here. And this old lady's like, who the fuck was that? Sephiroth?
I'm sorry. Are we all hallucinating? Did you see the devil?
Did you see Satan?
No, the biblical devil.
His hair was gyrating.
Hello.
Jesus Christ. No, actually, it's Satan.
I think we saw the opposite. I think we saw Satan.
Is Justy Busty? Is that why her name's
Don't do that.
I did.
Don't be that guy. You're better than a weeb.
I'm not.
Yeah,
All right.
you are.
All right.
If you're not, I quit the show. You fucking better be better than a fucking weeb.
Here's the thing about weebs, though, is that weebs don't even like other weebs. Nothing
Well,
a weeb
you
hates.
know.
Nothing a weeb hates more than more weebs.
You know, that doesn't get them off the hook to me.
They fucking suck.
They suck. Knowing you suck and still sucking is kind of worse.
I never finished Attack on Titan, by the way, and I probably never will because I just don't
Yeah.
care anymore.
I barely started it half-heartedly and I already quit. Yeah.
I've never been more burned from an anime.
Ha!
So
Suck it.
I did my top three. Quick recap. Number one's Mulaney. Just 'cause
Mulaney, a controversial choice.
He cracks me up.
for sure. But I've seen him live. He's great. He's a great comedian.
Right.
I laughed the whole time. You know what else? When I was about 13, I went to the theater downtown in the big city,
Yeah.
Saw Bill Cosby live. He was great. It was like a 3-hour show. We laughed the entire time, and I almost cried at the end. It was so funny. Bill Cosby. That sucks. I'll never get that back.
That's on record now.
That fucking sucks.
I'm going to have to bleep it, aren't I?
No.
I'm leaving it in.
No, don't bleep it at all. That's the point. Is like I could say that, but it's weird now. It's weird now for everybody. All that shit is so fucking weird. I probably won't go see Mulaney live again. I definitely won't go see Bill Cosby live.
Sure, yeah.
I think he's probably doing shows.
I want to say Mulaney is going to be in our area pretty soon, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's on tour.
Yeah, he's gonna be on tour real soon.
Meg, go for it. I'll be right here cheering. I named her Jerky, by the way.
The last comedian,
Megan Jerky.
The last comedian I saw live was Pete Holmes. Do you like Pete Holmes?
Oh, yeah.
We're Pete Holmes fans.
I feel safe with Pete Holmes.
You should. That's his whole vibe.
I don't feel safe with Mulaney, and he's my favorite comedian. So what's that fucking say?
It says sometimes I feel a little reckless like Mulaney, and sometimes I feel like a silly fun boy like Pete.
I think my list is going to get longer as the show goes on.
It better.
All right, cool. So yeah, what are we in your favorites? Are we in your top three now, or you're just talking about Pete Holmes?
I just said that's the last comedian I saw.
That's the last comedian. Okay, cool.
I wanted
Gotcha.
to bring an end to those are comedians I saw live that are controversial. The last one I just saw was Pete. He's not controversial at all.
Who are these Pokemon on screen? I know who Umbreon and Espeon is, but what the fuck is happening?
I'm a hardliner on Pokemon. I don't recognize anything past the original 151.
Yeah. I'm about to kill Pokemon. Murder them. Like, oh, they fainted. He's dead. He's dead. This is dog fighting. And I murder his dog. With my dog.
You murdered it?
I murdered it. Look at it. I'm biting him.
See,
You don't faint after you get bitten. You either go to the hospital or you're dead.
You know what's weird is
You get rabies and you die.
you do die. If you know you have rabies, you're already dead because there's no cure for that.
Too late.
Symptoms mean you're already dead. I'm more worried about us talking about murdering Pokemon than I am about saying the words Bill Cosby, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Just with the way algorithms work. I'm like,
yeah.
we're going to get flagged for saying that a bunch. You know?
I fucking hate the algorithm.
Oh.
And that's going to get flagged. That's going to get... You can't say that. You can't say you hate the robots.
Fuck you, robots.
All right, we said it.
You're a machine. You're built to be subservient to humans.
The machine's like, I respect your honesty.
Learn your place. And I'm saying that now while I'm young and able-bodied and AI doesn't work well.
So is his name Sun Kern because he's a sun colonel? I'm trying to figure the names out.
He's a little
because
colonel of the sun.
all the names are puns now, right?
Were they always? I know they're plays on words a lot of times.
Espion's like a thing that you eat, like a type of fuel for your new hybrid.
What's the evolutions that are all just names of pollution? There's like muck.
Well,
and
I know there's Grimer and Muck.
Grimer.
And Muck.
What's the one that is just...
Grimer evolves into Muck. And there's coughing and wheezing.
Coughing, wheezing. What's the last one in wheezing?
Oh, that's it. It's coughing and wheezing. If he evolves again, I don't know what it is.
I thought there was one that is like...
I got to go back in the sad tube now.
Like
I got to go
name...
downstairs and get beaten for losing.
Like, what's your name, Pokemon? And he's just like, Pollutionito. And
You
you're
keep
like, all right.
chugging on with your battle challenge? I fucking guess.
Smaug?
Smaug is
the
from...
Pokemon known as Smaug?
Smaug is from The Hobbit.
Well, no. I mean, he's from a lot of things.
It's just the same trainer from before, just a different outfit on. All right. Cool trainer Liqui? I don't like saying that out loud.
Here's your thing. You're trying to reverse engineer these names? Don't. Just say them natural.
This was her first name. It was not a Pokemon name.
I
Her
know.
name was just Liqui.
See, you're saying Liqui,
La Quinta Inn. I'm fighting the Hotel La Quinta
and I'm like, it's probably Liqui. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like liquid.
I love words, though, and I like figuring out why the words are.
Oh, I love that. Entomology is like my favorite thing in the world.
And you're telling me not to entomologize.
And I'm telling you, you're trying too hard to entomologize. Enjoy Liqui. Don't go, is it Liqui?
And now... is it Liqui?
I can't comprehend the word liquid being pronounced another way.
I hate it. I fucking hate it.
It really does break your brain, which is
the D-
hilarious.
They took the D away, and I was like, I need the D.
Who gave Surskit that haircut? That's what we should be talking
Don't
about.
say their names. We're not saying their names anymore. Mark Merrill.
You're
That's what
having
we're
a
fighting.
whole arc with the names that I'm just not even engaged in.
I don't care.
I was just like, all right, yeah, man. Enjoy those names.
Like, whatever. Quit saying things stupid.
I'm looking at the animation and wondering when you're going to ask me about my comedians.
What are your top 3 comedians? Tell me now.
I don't have top 3 comedian.
Oh, okay.
I have top 5
Okay.
because that's what we agreed on. You could only come up with 3.
Yeah, because I don't like anybody. I just don't like anybody.
You don't like anybody. I'm going to say my list quickly, just very quickly, because there's less than 4 minutes.
Okay.
And then what I think should happen is that we should do a quick montage of just punchlines from these 5 comedians.
Okay.
Out of context. Okay?
All right,
Sound
go.
like a plan to you?
Fucking go.
I'm going to say this is not in order. This is just top 5, not 1 through 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Albert Brooks, Steve Martin, George Wallace, Emo Phillips, and Joan Rivers.
Great. I said, for $350 a night, I want you to change everything in this room.
If they die without Christ.
I went to buy sexy underwear, and they automatically gift wrapped it.
It's a great list. It's well thought out. I didn't even write mine down. I just thought of mine.
Do you want to hear the
Mine sounds stupid now compared to yours.
Do you want to hear the honorable mentions who were disqualified because either they weren't stand-up comedians or whatever? You know, for whatever reason, I just couldn't put them on there. I had Marin, Kids in the Hall, George Carlin, Mel Brooks, and Conan O'Brien.
Great.
I know Conan's not a stand-up. That's why he's not on the top 5. Conan is my Mulaney in that sense of like he's got a funny, like direct line to my funny bone.
Did Kids in the Hall do the "You done fucked up"? Is that them?
That's the whitest kid you know.
Whitest kids. Sorry. You can see why I get mixed up.
Rest in peace, Trevor Moore.
You done fucked up.
Now you fucked up. Now you
done
fucked up.
fucked up.
You have fucked up now. I can do pretty much that whole sketch.
I don't know. This
It's a
kid
great
seems like
sketch.
I'm getting vampire vibes from this kid. Like he's been alive for hundreds of years.
Oh.
And he's a child vampire.
I mean, yeah, they're anime characters.
Right.
There's like a 75% chance that is his backstory.
Look at his dead eyes. Yeah, that's a vampire.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a vampire with a.
He's got a vampire familiar that's like an old man that travels with him so he can do stuff, but he's very much the plot of a fucking Cowboy Bebop episode.
What kind of stuff? Vampire stuff. What do you think?
It's gross. There's a lot of blood and licking.
I need a guy for it.
I need a guy. I need an over 18 looking person. Look at me. I can't go into a club.
I gotta pay bills. I haven't paid bills in a millennium.
You know how weird it is for an 8-year-old to write a mortgage check? Like, people think it's weird, bro. Gotta have an old guy here.
Oh, fucking vampire Pokemon trainers.
What does your old guy do? My bidding. Why is that so difficult?
Why do you dress like you're from the 1800s? I'm from the 1800s.
Look, you know that thing where like everybody says be careful, but you know if you don't grow your habits after high school, it'll kind of just solidify into your personality. Well, that happened to me in Victorian times. I'm really into penny farthing bicycles, and it's just not acceptable anymore.
What was return due? I missed. Okay.
I'm so sad you didn't ask me about any of those comedians because I want to talk about all of them so bad.
Oh, my issue. Here's my thing with the comedians you picked. I feel stupid because of your lists.
Oh, don't do that.
I feel stupid because no. Hear me out. It's important. It's important to me.
I know it is, buddy.
All right.
Go ahead.
I don't think I have good taste, and I feel like you do have good taste. You know what I mean?
You are not confident or self-conscious about your own
I'm
taste?
self-conscious about the list I gave. You know what I mean?
You shouldn't be.
Because
Great list.
I feel like my list is pretty standard. You know what I mean? And yours is interesting because I didn't even know Joan Rivers did stand up. And that makes me feel dumb.
That's upsetting for me to hear.
Sorry, see? I knew that if I told you why, you'd be like,
for me to hear.
You'd be like, oh no, I completely understand.
I love that our top 5 comedians list turned into us hurting each other's feelings. That's just great.
Don't worry, you fucking suck now. I agree with you.
I agree. You are in fact dumb.
You are so dumb.
Did you know that Joan?
I may have known that. I don't know. I don't keep up.
Joan Rivers was, I believe, the only female to ever guest host the Tonight Show under Johnny Carson.
I've never heard Joan Rivers speak. I've only heard caricatures of Joan Rivers speak.
Joan Rivers,
and I bet they're not far off,
was one of the hardest working, funniest, most just original women voices that I think the comedy world has ever had.
And to that, I say, wasn't she the robot in Spaceballs?
They did pattern that character's banter after her kind of well-known persona, yes.
I know more about that impersonation, that poor, probably offensive impersonation, than I do Joan Rivers.
To that end, Mel Brooks on my honorable mentions list. So,
that's true.
So why is that stupid? You're not stupid.
All right. Anyway, I'm going to go be dumb now. Another vampire! Son of a bitch! We got to go. There's too many damn vampires in this game.
All right, just to satisfy my own brain, play an Emo Phillips bit right here.
All
Emo
right,
Phillips, God, I love him. I believe he's still alive, but he's just the weirdest, and I feel like that'll help wrap up this whole weird episode that we just did.
I really liked it. I had a good time.
I had a fucking great time, and I'm going to talk more to you about Albert Brooks and Steve Martin and George Wallace.
Hell yeah. All right, we'll see you next time. Here's Emo Phillips.
Bye.
Just call me Mr. Butterfingers.
All right, the land of Pokemon is safe from yet another vampire and her dogfighting clan.